Hey, Shalom, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakaryim, Shah, Yasha Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. This is redacted. This is going on live right now as of, it's about 10 after 5 p.m. on a Monday. You know, this guy here, this is his name, Ted Walter. You know, this guy's International Center for 911 Justice. They touching on this topic, man, with 9/11. So everything is coming out. This guy is breaking it down. I don't know who this guy is. You know, some Akim out there may know. You know, I've never seen him before, but he's been doing this homework. He's been doing this homework. And a blind man can see that this thing here, I ain't going to say too much, you know, was a setup. If you can't see that this was a setup, then it's too late for you. This thing is all over the net, man. It's been out for years. I remember when it first went down, Alex Jones was the first on the scene. You know, this is with the DVD tapes and the CDs. He was the first on the scene, you know, exposing them, man. So, I guess I want, because this is redacted, you know, so I played redacted before, and they lighten it up. They are lighting it up, you know, so people are not being deceived anymore. They are lighting it up over here, you know, so everybody's chiming in on what's going on, you know, with America and their schemes and deception. Now, a few scriptures running through my head, man. You know, but I'm going to pull one scripture. I'm going to touch on this. This is for educational purposes only. You know, fair use. I'm going to play a little bit of this because this is one guy, as y'all going to see, he was pinned as like the top hero for that flight that went down in Philadelphia. Remember, they were supposed to have bought a flight down in Philadelphia. You know, and he gonna rip that story apart because the timelines are off. I mean, it's reports that a plane didn't even hit the damn buildings, man. You know, they was using holograms, everything. You know, Cheney was in office. He told the Air Force to stand down. That day was a practice run. It just, you know, they about to move. Because the devil has lost his, matter of fact, he's lost his power, you know, and that's the power of deception, man. You know, when you're able to tell a lie and people believe it, that's a lot of power because you got people under your spell. So now your spell has been broken. This is Isaiah 47 verse 2. This is NLT, right? It says, take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil, right? That was it's been a veil cast over people. It's been a veil cast over him. You think that this man is something that he's not. So the Lord said, remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to public view. And as you're going to see, this man is being exposed to the public view. It's everywhere. It's on the internet. It's on the unicorn. You know, and as you can see, the comic board going crazy. So everybody's chatting. Everybody's talking. You know, so the Lord is opening everyone's eyes to who you are, you damn Edomites. Even you Edomites, that's Egyptian against Egyptian. A lot of you Edomites going to feel defrauded by the elites, man. And you going to go for broke. Self-preservation. Let me see this here.
Minute long or more violent struggle in or near the cockpit of the airplane, like very loud, pilots screaming for their lives, trying to get the hijackers away, etc. And so everybody on Flight 93, which was a Boeing 757-200, you know, it's a jet, but it's not a terribly large plane. And a lot of the people who ended up making phone calls were sitting in first class or sitting near the front of the cabin of coach class, like would have heard or what was going on. Like there's just no way that would have just stayed contained in the cockpit.
Fair use.
And so about a minute and a half later, you start getting phone calls supposedly coming from the flight where passengers are reporting what's going on. And lo and behold, and this is for all 4 planes, not just Flight 93, but Flight 93, it's the most obvious because we have these radio transmissions. Nobody reports the actual cockpit entry, how the hijackers got into the cockpit. Nobody reports how the hijackers defeated the pilots physically. Nobody reports where the pilots are now, what happened to them. There's only 2 very vague references to what happened to the pilots across the 4 flights of all the calls. And we're talking about 28 phone calls made by about 19 passengers and flight attendants across the 4 flights, most of them on Flight 93, 12 of them on Flight 93. So that gives us the biggest window into this sort of false story. And as you go on, these phone calls are made over the next sort of 20 to 30 minutes, and none of them are consistent. And the biggest one that stands out is the biggest few that stand out are passengers reporting the cockpit invasion happening at that time when they're on the phone. So it would be like 15 minutes later, and you have a passenger, Jeremy Glick or Todd Beamer.
Now this guy, he was everywhere. Beamer, this was the guy, they was going to, so as he rips through his story, because, the Lord got the spirit of diligence on these people now, man. You losing the information war. That's why at least they don't care right now. They about to come down with great wrath. But I remember this guy. Now, you got to think, 9/11 is this Wednesday. And what else is happening this Wednesday at sundown? The Day of Atonement. So the Lord is very special the way he's lining this thing up. So, you're surrounded, man. The Lord is about to strike. A move is about to be made. You're not going to get away with what you've been doing in planet Earth. All this deception, all this killing, this blood, your lies, all the starvation, the destruction of the people, the medicine you got everybody on, the destruction of the food, the water, the animals, your wicked ass school system, your court system, your prison system, your constitution, your democracy. You're invading lands and people and removing landmarks. That's against the law to remove the landmark. You're about to be judged for this. This is judgment day coming on you. And the Lord is breaking you down blow by blow. That's why I said, let's finish that scripture out. Because everything is coming out, man. It's for a reason. So it says this once again, Isaiah 47:2 NLT. Take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to the public view. You will be naked. Right now, you Edomites are naked. The top elites. Your own people don't trust you. You will be naked and burdened with shame. Now you running, you ducking, and you hiding because all this information is out. You're ashamed of what happened in slavery. You're ashamed of your history. You're ashamed of these statues around the country. You're ashamed of your museums. You're ashamed of your aquariums. Y'all go to the aquariums, you see the fish, the sharks, the whales are suffering in these damn tunnels of water. They're supposed to be free in the ocean. You're ashamed of your zoos. You're ashamed of this thing called plastic that you created, you can't destroy. What you've done to the ocean. The space junk that's out there. Shame shall cover you. You're ashamed now. And you trying to throw it on everybody. Nah, man. Nah. The Lord is coming for you. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah is coming for y'all. It says, you will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance. The Lord about to move on y'all, man. And you 2/3, you in the way. Good. You about to get it too. The Lord said, anybody that's found with him shall be thrust through. Isaiah 13. You want to stand with this man? Good. Have it your way. Because you're going to receive the same punishment for his iniquity, which includes yours. So it says, you will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity, man. KJV, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, your shame shall be seen. And we seeing it. We seeing it. This is a disgrace. You killed all them people in them buildings, man. You've done this. And you know you're coming for more blood. But now this is the time when the people start rioting against you. They start raising up against you, man. Not buying your bullshit. Yeah, this is all going to lead to a part of that civil war, man. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame. Thy shame. It's a shame to be an Edomite. Thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So you got to fight against this angelic force. You're about to be dealt with. And I remember this Beamer guy they put up. Claimed he was a hero. He said, let's move. And they were supposed to have charged that cockpit. Now all the information, the timeline's not matching up. The story ain't adding up, E. Now it's more media in 2024 than ever before. It wasn't media floating around like this in the early 2000s when this happened. Yo, shame, boy.
Ready to hijack the plane right now. Okay, yeah, they're going into the cockpit right now, and they're taking the pilots out or whatever. So Todd Beamer, the famous passenger, because he's reported to have said, let's roll, when the passengers on Flight 93 supposedly tried to take back the plane. He's the one who said, oh, they're entering the cockpit now. And the person who reported that was very specific, that she was on the phone with him for 7 minutes before he reported that. So you've got this story that's coming from the calls that just doesn't add up with the idea that the flight was actually taken over at 9:28 and started to change its course. You've also got, I could go on and on, but you've got totally inconsistent reports, contradictory reports of the violence that's taking place on the planes. So one person describes a passenger being stabbed and killed, and he's sitting next to all these other people, none of whom talk about a passenger being stabbed and killed. They're talking about completely different things. So all of these calls, and I think people have rightly been skeptical of the calls for years, and a small handful of researchers have really delved into them. But we're really trying to bring this out into light now and say, none of these calls make what they're actually reporting these calls. Put aside the technology question, how are the calls were made? What is reported in the calls makes no sense, does not add up whatsoever with the official story.
So everything is coming out. I mean, this is going on right now. As you can see, they blowing it up. They over here blowing it up.
11.
So everybody's chiming in. This is we watching your fall. So the devil about to come down with great wrath because he know if he has a short time. His power structure, those demons that's been working with him all these years, his spell is wearing off on the people. And you know what happened when, they say a woman got a spell over you? Then you get over that shit and you find out that bitch was a demon. So the spell that's on these people is wearing off, and that's the Lord. The truth that's been hid for so long, now it's coming out. Now it's flourishing. Because we at the end of the world. We at the end of your empire, E. So get a good look. This is how it looks to be broken down by Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Time is short, you damn devil. Giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom.